Welcome, Pathfinders. I am joined by Ben Loomes of Syrinscape fame. If you are not using his product, you're doing things wrong. More likely not, you've probably heard some of us. If you've listened to any of our podcasts or actual play stuff, you have heard the famed work of Ben Loomes, particularly his desert sound sets as we are doing Mummy's Mask.
Oh, joyous experience.
So how many adventure paths, or how many adventure paths? How many PaizoCons is this for you now?
I think this is the fifth one.
Fifth one?
Yeah, I came 5 years ago to the other hotel that was just up the other way when PaizoCon was much smaller, and no one knew who I was at all. And I literally had a Syrinscape that was just built for the first time for Android. And we grabbed Eric Mona and Mike Kenway, who was the sort of licensing person, dragged them into the room, and they were like, what? And we thrust it into their hands, and Eric Mona just went, wow, this is really cool. We should talk to these people. And then, yeah, it's been an amazing journey since then.
Now, and you guys have set up a booth here every year since then?
Yeah, I think so, yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, giving people experiences and just showing off the app and things.
Yeah. And so you were just telling us earlier that you guys have some great new things in the work here, particularly with your the streaming options for your sound set. So if you want to tell the fine folks at home.
Yes, yeah, the big new thing for us is Syrinscape Online, which is a solution for virtual tabletop play. So if you can't be in the same city as your friends, but you still want to play Pathfinder with them, then you definitely should, because there's great solutions. But in the up until just a couple of weeks ago, you had to basically try and jam Syrinscape's awesome, beautiful, lovingly crafted audio down through a voice client, which kind of garbles it, and which is very sad, and you're also using a lot of bandwidth. So now we have an online solution, little players that sit on each person's computer. The game master just uses a browser, logs into the master UI, hits that goblin battle, a little signal just gets sent out to each of the players, and boom, goblin chaos bursts out on everyone's computers. Everyone has individual volume control of how much they want to be hearing the sounds relative to how much audio is coming out of whatever sort of voice thing they're using. Okay. And it's really, really smooth. The coolest thing about it is that the samples are delivered along with that playback command. So you don't have to pre-install any content. If the GM hits suddenly Red Dragon, he decides to kill everyone because he's fed up with them. Hits that Red Dragon mood, the first few roars are sent directly out to the players, and boom, everything just starts playing straight away without any preloading or anything on the players' parts, which is super cool.
Awesome. And I was actually in the Celebrity Gaming with Greg Vaughn, that you were doing, and were you using that during that?
I was using a combo of things. I was mainly using just the normal fantasy player. I mean, if you're in questionable Wi-Fi, then the offline solution is still the best for you, and we're definitely not going to take that away. No way we're going to make everyone go online to use Syrinscape. So you can either use the offline player, which will work in your Android and iOS tablets and phones, and your PC and your Mac, and you can download the content and store it on the device. Or you can, of course, use the online player now.
So the trick that I learned from watching that is have a dedicated Syrinscape person, because it was amazing, the entirety of the performance.
It was totally fantastic.
It's just sheep and dolphin everywhere.
Oh my God. we had this like dire owl monster thing, which was their companion summoned thing, and so I was using the Shoggoth voices that we collected last year here at PaizoCon to voice that. And then somehow it turned into a sheep because it was reincarnated because it got dropped. So then it was making sheep noises after that. And then there were dolphins. And it went from absurd to fantastic.
Now, you've done a number of different sound sets for different adventure paths. Rise of the Rune Lords I've used in its entirety, as I'd recently gone back through Rise of the Rune Lords, which is phenomenal. I love that sound set. I unfortunately just finished Curse of the Crimson Throne, and you're now coming out with Curse of the Crimson Throne.
That's so tragic.
I won't
Wow, that's cool. You'll have
Not
to
that I won't just listen to it and use it in the background.
You'll have to run it for another group. Yeah, so we just commenced building the first chapter of Curse of the Crimson Throne. We're finishing off Strange Aeons, which is pretty amazing,
which I'm playing through right now, actually.
Okay, well you should be grabbing that because it's amazing. The horror stuff in that's been super cool to do.
Yes.
Working out how to make people feel awkward and uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
We've actually been collecting voices of people. So at the beginning of an adventure path, you have the rumors and things which you can gather information. So rather than the game master just having to say, when someone tells you that King Corvosa, actually we're using Syrinscape and Paizo fans to go,
that is great.
oh, Aunt Shirley down Mill told me that the king actually has a deformed child, he said, kind of thing. So that'll be super, super cool. And people have been giving great voices.
And that is great. I very much have enjoyed the journal readings that you have done for Strange Aeons, which are excellent. And I just finished an interview with Jason Bowman and got to hear his live impersonation of the All Hail the Living God.
Yes,
which
fantastic.
was fantastic.
Yeah, we have NPCs in Syrinscape, so including an encounter with a Razmir priest. The theory being you've turned up at the church to get some healing, and it sort of slowly becomes apparent that the priest is not sort of able to give you actually any sort of divine magic of any kind, because the living God is literally a living guy. Spoiler, by the way. But yeah, it's a sound set with a whole lot of triggers. So there's welcome, and there's kind of 3 or 4 of those, and there's yeses, and there's nos, and there's sort of blasphemies, and you basically trigger whatever you need in response to what the players say. You can also, of course, just break into third person if you need to give more detailed response that we haven't anticipated.
Yes.
And there's also, I don't know even what you're talking about kind of thing. But my favorite button is, All hail the living God! All hail!
All hail the living God.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to bring up that you guys have in the works?
Oh, well, the license with Chaosium is super cool for Call of Cthulhu. So if you're in...
I was completely unaware of that, and I'm doing Strange Aeons, so I think I can put that to good use.
So that's super cool. Yeah, we're going to be making the official sounds for just the game in general, but also for, here I'm going to try and say it, Masks of Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep?
Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep. One of those, very close to it.
The whole syllable. I can't say it. It's too complicated. Just add H's and T's and everything. But yeah, so that should be super cool. But yeah, so Chaosium make a gorgeous, version of the Cthulhu mythos, and so that's really, really exciting. Oh, lots of other news. There'll be more Starfinder stuff coming out. If you don't know that Starfinder is supported by Syrinscape, then yeah, grab that. The starships are incredible. We built sound sets wrapped around the starship combat rules. Yeah. So when that engineer wants to take her turn and she wants to do an engineer action, you just reach over and touch the engineer button. You hear a panel get ripped off, and there's some sort of frantic welding and jerry rigging and
that is amazing.
Screwing things back in. And when the pilot wants to do a helm maneuver, you just reach over and touch helm, and you get this sort of... Except it's like a spaceship sound, not me just going...
It could very well be the same. But
yeah.
No, it's definitely worth the time. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could just plug in your headphones and turn on this set and pretend you're on the bridge of the Enterprise. It's amazing.
Yep, literally do, whenever I have like accounting or something, some boring part of my job, I do it from the bridge of my starships. And I feel very awesome. Sum that column, make it so. That's right.
So you're here, of course, at PaizoCon. If any of our fans are watching, I imagine you're going to be at Gen Con. Is there anything else that you've got coming up
UK
soon?
Games Expo, PAX Oz, PAX Unplugged, probably something I've forgotten. Essen, Spiel Essen, we're always out as well. So yeah, we'll be collecting sounds at each of these shows. So get to us, and you can appear in a sound set and have your name in lights, and you get any content that you appear in, you get for free as well. So it's super fun. It's been something that's been super, super popular, collecting the voices of fans.
Well, I did not realize that last part. So let's finish up this interview so I can hop in this booth here.
Yeah.
And so this is Ben Loomes of Syrinscape. It is spelled Syrinscape, right over my head.
You can misspell it in Google if you like, but basically just download the app for free, give it a try, buy some content one by one, or subscribe to unlock everything.
Yep. And there you go. And until next time, good luck, Pathfinders.